Alright, welcome back to the Spot Traders Hub. Thank you for being around, and as usual, we are starting today's session. We are going to start today's session with, of course, Crash 500. You know that. So let's pray and then start today's session. Father, I give you praise. Thank you for today. Thank you. It is a Wednesday. Thank you for yesterday. Those who made money, congrats to them, and thank you for the profits they made. Thank you for the analysis that you gave unto us, the knowledge of understanding the charts and how they are moving, the movements of the price, everything, Lord, we say thank you. And even as today, as we start today's session, thank you already, oh Lord. We know that you will still do it the same the way you did it yesterday. Thank you for today's profits. Thank you for the analysis, the clear analysis, clear, understandable analysis, and of course even executable analysis. We give you praise for all the trades that you're providing unto us. We love you and we give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen and amen. Alright, thank you guys for joining. I can see Felix and Julius are already around. Thank you guys. So now let's start today's session with the Crash 500. So I shared this signal yesterday to the VIP guys on the analysis, but like I've always told the guys, even yesterday I said the same thing, that these guys normally track where I put my SL, so they took me out on SL as usual. That's where I had put my stop loss right there. Took me out and then started to get into the buys right there. The buys started. So I'm not sure. Yesterday I was a bit busy, and then the power also went and all that. So I did not follow up with the trades that I needed to share the signals, but I'm not sure. I will check with them later on the VIP whether they made money or not, but yeah, that was a trade, and clearly you can see it actually went all the way and hit the TP, even though we see it had low momentum there, but it went all the way up and hit the TP, the first TP right there, just like I had analyzed right there. So now that we have seen everything right there, we can easily delete all this down, and of course we know that is a change of character right there, but then momentum is low where we are. This is not a change of character, please. Yeah, because clearly this was like a break of structure right here if we are using that. So it means this low right there, it means this low right here hasn't given us a lower high, so that would be the lower high. If it decides to go down, this would be like a lower high of this very level, which will mean that price has to come down again and probably it fails to break out. It fails to break this low, and then it goes up again to give us the change of character right about there. So for now, I can't use this as a previous lower high, yeah, because I can't use it. This is a previous low high, but still I can't use it as a change of character because I saw a break of structure right there. Alright, so for now this is a no-go for me. Yeah, this is a no-go. I can see a fair value gap. It was mitigated right there, so probably maybe it will come all the way back to this order block. If I can go to H4, yeah, H4 is still in a sell according to CCI. Yeah, M15 is consolidating, which will mean that after the consolidation is coming down. Why? Because it is oversold right there. It reached oversold right there. It reached oversold right here. So we'll be looking at breakout. This is sort of creating like an ascending triangle, but we'll see about that. But as of now, I'll be anticipating some sells, then entry for buys. Alright, that is crash 500. Let's now head over, meaning this at H1. Let's head over to boom 1000. Boom 1000, I just missed the entry where I needed, because at first, okay, let me first give the name. Boom 500. I mean boom 1000. So boom 1000, this is what happened. Yesterday's analysis, we talked of fake breakout, that it can easily even give us a fake breakout. Either, those who remember, I said we have a fair value gap right here, and then we have also an order block. So it chose to use the fair value gap up there, and clearly on H4 that was a fair value gap that it decided to return to. And after that, on the start of the H4 candle, on this H4 candle, I don't know which hour was it. Let's see. This H4 started at 11, 12, 13. No. 14, 15. So it started at 3 p.m. So that was H4 candle. That was a 3 p.m. H4 candle right here. So that's when the sell move started. But if anyone had missed that, we had an opportunity to actually make another entry when it retested there, and I had my point. Actually, one was here, which was a bit skeptical about it. It was according to M15, so I was not don't remember what had happened there, but that was an entry right there when it gave us that was another entry to enter the sales. But if at all you had missed all that, we were supposed to enter right here. Why there? Because that's where we had there's a fair value gap, of course, right here. There's a fair value gap right here, but again, this was not just about the fair value gap. It was about the break of structure. When this level, when this move broke this previous low right there to continue into sales. So that was the breaker block, and clearly it was about what? It was about 50% using fib right there. You can see it's between just it was clearly right there. It was between 50 and 61.8. Clearly, that is our retracement level we always look for. So that was enough for us. It was supposed to be enough for us to make an entry. I was supposed to leave a limit order, but I missed. I couldn't. Like those who know me, I don't normally leave moving trades overnight. I don't leave overnight trades, so I couldn't put a limit order, but it clearly went up there, and look at what happened. This only move from here to here, where we are currently, is worth $100 if you enter with 0.5. From here to here, one entry, so that was the money. This is boom 1,000, you know it. So enough of what happened. Let's look at what will happen now. Let's do the anticipation of today. Yesterday is done. Now let's look at today. So today, of course, clearly we know that this is the move right here. From there, we are looking for that. So it means it's still going all the way down below, all the way here. Why? Because H1 is still selling, and it hasn't reached oversold even. So it's coming to there. Yeah, so we clearly know, see and know that. So it means we have no entry, unless if it decides to probably give us a pullback, but I'm not seeing that happen. Let me see on M15. M15, yeah, it may not. M15 says it may, but you know, sometimes it doesn't happen, even though when we are seeing M15 being oversold, sometimes it doesn't give you a retracement. But let's say it gives us a retracement right here where we are, and we use that as our previous low, as our current low, then we'll be using this like that. So we'll be looking at where we can get the retracement. Yeah, let me first go to H1. We'll be using this like that. So that means I'll be using something like that right there if this becomes our low, and that means our retracement would be between 50 and 38.2, right about there. That would be my retracement, just like I had put there. So we can easily delete this. That is just an anticipation if the retracement on M15 happens, but like I've said, there is a possibility of it not happening. Yeah, so you don't do what? You don't get yourselves keep waiting for something that may not happen because of how the sell momentum is going currently. According to H4, of course, we are still moving on. According to H4, we are still moving on, and clearly sales are still going on. Why? Because it touched the upper trend line, and according to daily, we should be looking for these sales to come and touch this other trend line. So H4 and daily, we are still selling, so meaning the sales are still on. But now once we break out of this H4 rising wedge, this one and that, then we will have a retest. Yeah, there's gonna be a retest. It's gonna be a retest, and then a sell. But that would be like next week, or yeah, like next week, not now, or probably between now and Friday. So we will wait for that. But until then, all we need now is to see whether M15 will give us a retracement so that we can enter sells again, because H1 is still selling. That is a general trend. Yeah. All right, so I'll leave this at H1, and let's move to another asset, which is boom 500. Oh, good morning, Desmond. How are you? All right, so boom 500. I was waiting for an entry right there. Yeah, H4 we are selling. H1 according to CCI, is giving us some games, but from what I have here, I should be entering sells. Yeah, I was waiting for them right there. Why? The reason is simple. That is the reason right there. This is between 50 and 38.2, so I can easily enter my sells right there. I don't have to wait. But now I may not put my stop loss. Yeah, I may not put my stop loss for reasons I told you guys. So I may not put my stop loss. I'm looking for sales to take me all the way where? All the way down below, right here. Okay. But just to remind you, before I can get ahead of myself, yes, I was waiting for this, but there's some confusion that is around, so I need to explain the confusion so that if you enter, you know the confusion you're also joining on this very asset before we can, get ahead of ourselves. This is a confusion. Now, right here, one may say this is like a triple bottom right there, but then if you clearly see, this is our previous lower low right here. This is our lower low. This level right here is our lower low, meaning this is our current lower high right there, and this becomes a change of character right here where we are currently. This right here becomes a change of character, right? Meaning there's some bit of reversal, but remember, we were selling, and this was like we were looking for a retracement to actually continue selling because we want price to get back to this very trend line. All right, so that's where the confusion is. We have to understand it before make a decision. The other issue where we are currently on H1 is that price is above our 10 MA. You get that? That is another issue, contradicting with the buys, with the sells that we are looking for right here. Price is above our 10 MA. That is another issue that is contradicting with the sells. Then lastly, the last issue, of course, CCI. If we can go to CCI is still showing us that we are looking for buys right there. But even yesterday when we were looking for sells, this was the sell move. It was like a retracement on H1. But all that being said on H1, I want to show you that H4 is telling us we need to sell. Clearly, it's telling us we need to sell. We went up there, we came down, and we need to continue actually down to this level right here. We need it right here, and probably even break out all the way down and then come in with sales, come in with buys. Daily we are looking for buys. That is a reminder. So whatever we are doing here, any entry you put, be sure that you are not risking what you can't afford to lose. So for now, I will wait. On M15, I can easily say this is like a change of character right there, but you can only see it on M5 right there. You can only see it on M5. And having said that, if I go to my line chart, that will be meaning I can easily look at taking profits right here, or right here, or right here. But all these are short profits right here. So because here we had a consolidation from here to here to here to here, that was like a consolidation kind of thing on candlesticks, and that's why you see those move. So yes, I'm seeing an M, but the M can easily be done with right here on that level, like a level right here, like on this level or this level. But then there's a possibility of going all the way down below to take us to this TP level. So what am I saying? Whatever you do, you need to be ready, because it can easily give us something like that right there on M50, on H1, and then it brings us down. It brings us down to that level. So we need to be ready. Now this is a line chart. I'm using line chart to analyze right here. So just be ready for anything. Just be ready. Just like it gave us this, I want to show you that. Just like it gave us that, it's the same way it can easily give us that right there. So you need to be ready for anything. You need to be ready for anything that comes around. So for now, yes, I've entered the sell, but there's a possibility of a retracement to give me a clear entry, like it gave us right there. Are we together? I hope we are, and we are making those points I've talked about very clear to you, and you can remember them. So now let's get back to candlestick. So the candlestick is currently moving, and we can see that our 10 MA is above the current price, so it's a good thing. But let's wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see. Like I said, we have this level as our first TP level, those who are scalpers. Then we have this as our second TP. Those who do scalping, like the very scalping of Forex, those guys can only trade like only this move, and they are out of the market from there to here, and they are out of the market, or from there to here, and they are out of the market. That's how the Forex guys trade. But with us here in synthetics, it's a bit different. It's a bit different. Anyways, if you have money, enough money on your account, you can choose to trade like them. But I don't love it. Me, I don't like it. So yeah, I will leave that at that. So we are looking for sales, but there's a possibility of this coming again right there. So let's go to M5 and see what is that place. So it's likely to come again to that order block. That order block, test it and get into sales again. Yeah, so wait. Those who have not entered, you can either wait for that or enter now. But me, I've already entered, so if it does that and gives me an entry again, I will make another second entry to sell this asset. Alright, so I will leave this at that. Today is a Wednesday. We need money, so whatever happens here, please know that you can easily do what? You can easily manage your risks. I've not put a stop loss, just that is a reminder. I've not put a stop loss because it has happened several times. If I put a stop loss, these guys can easily track it, and whenever I put a stop loss, they can track it, and everyone who has used the same stop loss can be taken out and later on gone into the exact direction we are using. So for now, I'm not going to use a stop loss. I'm not going to use a stop loss for now. All right. V25S. Oh, I forgot to even change the name. We've been on boom at 500. Let's go to volatility. Vol 25 1S. All right. So what is happening on volatility 25S? Yeah, this is where yesterday Felix was asking of the reason why I said this is a valid change of character. I was using those highs on the left right here, because you can clearly see that all this was on the same level, and you can see that's where even price stopped at. So that's the reason why I was looking at a change of character right there. Yeah, I hope you've seen it. So clearly it went up, right up there, and then gave us that high, and that was a change of character, and that was of course what we were waiting for, and we were looking for this kind of sell. It happened, but it didn't give us an entry after that change of character. It did not give us an entry. We wanted a pullback to one of either this fair value gap, about there. So for now, that is what I can only wait for. That's what I can choose to wait for now, because where we are, if I go to this is H4, H1, yes, we are looking for sales. H4, we are looking for sales. Daily, it's just a retracement to come here. So now that we know that, so go back to H1, it is consolidating. It is in a consolidation. It's sort of like a channel, actually. It is in like a channel. It's in like a channel right there. So it can easily continue consolidating until it reaches the other side. You know that. Okay. It can easily continue consolidating until it reaches the other side, and then it gives us an entry to actually sell. M15 is giving us a signal to buys according to CCI, but we know that we need sales according to H1. So that's the reason why we are seeing it consolidate within a channel to get to that fair value gap. If I use my fib, clearly you will see that you'll clearly see that that is 50. That is a point of interest. That fair value gap is a point of interest between 50 and 38.2, which is our retracement level. So that's what I need, price to get there, and then I make the sell entry. So for now, that's a no-go for me. I will wait for that kind of move. Yeah, as it is still trading within a channel right there. Alright, I think that's it. Can delete that. Even this can be deleted now. And that. And we wait for that level. We have here a support. Yeah. Yeah, we have a support there. It's a solid support. It's a solid support. That's a solid support right there. It was from the fair value gap here, so it became a support, and that's what we've been seeing. So price came and touched the order block and then went again up. That's what we are seeing currently. So for now, this is a no-go. We wait. V75. The V75, this was yesterday. I wanted a pullback there to get into sales. It happened, but the momentum was low. It actually went again all above. Oh no, it hit the TP. Yes, those who remember, we had that TP level right there. That's where we wanted to sell from. Right there, I have my thing right there. That was a TP. Why? Because of this move right here. This move right there. So it is the same right there, and you can see price went ahead and hit the TP. Yeah. So now I can easily delete that. Go to H1, delete this, delete that, delete that, delete that. And yeah, so clearly one may say now we have like this is a change of character right here, right there. That's a change of character right there. This is a pullback. This is the pullback that we are facing currently. So delete this. Go to H4. Do I still need this? No, I don't think so. Delete it. This is still needed because we need it from there. Yeah. Alright. So this can also now be deleted. We still remaining with that. So for now, let's have a look at what we have on M15. So change of character right here. Yes. Oh wait. So this is a previous low. So the change of character is actually here, not here. So this is a low and break off. This is where we have the change of character right there. So if you have our change of character right here on M15, I don't know why it is still going up there. So according to H1, I should be looking for sales, but price is still above our 10 MA, both on H1 and M15 and H4. So for now, we wait for the sales to start. I don't have any point of interest, but I may say it's coming back to, so I can just have that as a potential resistance level to go probably there and then give me the sell, or even the other one up there. So for now, I have no business with V75. I have no business. Oh, okay, this is interesting. According to M5, actually there is some business. There's a fair value gap there. There's yeah, it's likely to come to this level according to what we see, to this resistance up there, potential resistance. Then we get into sales. So let's wait and see what happens right there. For now, I have no entry. Jump 50. Jump 50. This has been having low momentum since I think since Friday. Let's see, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, no, since Monday. Since Monday, it has been having a low momentum. Actually, Monday it had some sell momentum right there, and then yesterday it was a very slow day for V50. You can see. So clearly, I don't want to waste my time on this. We know that price wants to get back to, it wants to get to this level. This is a fair value gap on H4 right there. Yeah, we know it's getting to that fair value gap. That's where we want it, so that we can enter buys. But until then, it's very risky to make any entries on lower time frame because it is very slow. It's unpredictable where it is. So for now, choose to delete that, even this, because it has already given us that move, so we don't need it. We need it now to come to this, and then we can make our entries from there. It can even choose to go all the way down to the order block. So we wait and see what happens. V jump 25S. Jump 25, sorry. Jump 20. 25. So this was yesterday. Pull back there. We didn't get the pullback. We actually continued selling in the downtrend, even though we never saw like any clear change of character. We actually saw like a break off. That is probably the one that made sense right there. So but until then we had nothing like an entry, so it kept on breaking structure and continuing down into sells until it came to the trend line, and then H1. Let's go back to 15. So delete everything right here, right there. So when it touched the trend line, immediately it started to enter sells, and buys, and we saw the market shift to buys immediately without even any retracement to the trend line or to the fair value gap right there. So it left the fair value gap, and currently price is looking for that fair value gap as we speak right there. So price retested. I don't know where even it retested, because it was not even a point of interest, but there was a retest done, then continuation. Probably it was according to H1. According to H1, that was another block, which is very weird, but anyway, we'll just live with the fair value gap right there. So went up, and according to H1 now, we clearly see we have a change of character right about there. So delete this, delete that, and I believe this is no longer necessary. That was this is a resistance. It was an order block at first, but it became a resistance. I've been touched once, twice, that is the third time right here. So pull back to the fair value gap right there, pull back, and then continuation. Now we're going to see another pullback, and then we'll continue with the sell. Yes, we're going to continue with the sells according to H1, H4, and I believe not daily, but according to H4 we will still continue with the sells. The sells, we need them to come all the way here. That's what we are anticipating, to come all the way here. Why? We have this move right there. That's what we need. That is our first point, our first TP on that support. That support right there, that's where our first TP is. So we will wait for that as our first TP. But then the second TP, actually the second TP may not happen. It's weird. Second TP may not happen. Okay, let's first deal with what we have on H1 and H4. Deal with the weekly and daily later. As of now, my chart still have issues. If they need me to change an account that that I'm using now currently. So yeah, so that is pullback there, then entry, sales. We need now another pullback, and we've said the pullback that we need will be right here, will be right there, and then entry for the sales again, entry for the sales again. So let's wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see what happens. Price has reached that fair value gap, and we may even see a breakout. If the sales have enough momentum, they may fail to respect the fair value gap of the bullish fair value gap there, and we may even see a breakout right there, a break of structure right there to later on trigger something like that. All right, so that is this is a jump 25. This is jump 25. Yeah, jump 25. All right, enough with jump 25. Let's now head to jump 10. Now jump 10, first remove this Bollinger Band. So jump 10, this was what we wanted yesterday, and then entry. So I've already entered. Actually, it was a limit order that I left last night. I think I left it at what time? I don't remember even. But yeah, it was activated when it made this pullback. The limit order was activated, and now I'm looking at buys to take me up. The only thing I'm having here that is confirming the buy is on H1 and H4. H4 has like a double bottom. Why? Because if you look on the left, you see that it's like a support. It's a support right there. So one may say that is a bottom on H4 right there. So that is something that is confirming the buys for now, but yet it's not yet above our 10 MA on H4. It is above our 10 MA on H1, and CCI is contradicting with the signal of the buy. Is actually showing us sales on both H4 and H1. M15 on the other hand is also looking for sales, but it has given us a change of character right there. So that's where all these, the CCI is contradicting with the price action. Yeah, the entry was bad right there because I was looking at a pullback to this order block. I think was H1 order block. Yes, pullback to H1 order block and start to go back into buys, but it broke out and went all the way down below. So that's why I'm in some floating losses as I speak. Yeah. All right. That's it for jump 10, I believe. If you guys have a question, please you can go ahead and ask me before we can start the recap. We still have about 12 minutes to end today's session. We still have about 12 minutes, so if you have a question, go ahead and ask so that I can respond. If you don't have, let's now head over to the recap, and we call it a day. We've been on jump 10. I forgot to write the name. So the recap is simple. According to Crash, I told you it's within an ascending triangle, but since this is in the middle, we know that it's going to break out. It may break out going up. It may not return to this since it is in the middle. which is actually breaking up, going down. So let's wait and see if it will give us that retest. Let's wait and see. Boom 1000, we need the pullback there and then continuation. Boom 500, we are in profits. The first TP has been passed, like I told you. This was the first TP. It's heading to the second TP. It's headed to the second TP. Alright, V25S. V25S, it is trying to break out of the channel, but we still have some long way to understand the point. So for now I can easily put it right there. In fact, if it has finished, I may even put it here. This is a low high. It didn't give us a low, it gave us a high, then a low. So here it didn't even touch, so we may even use this at a later stage. So for now, let me just leave it there to wait and see what happens. V75, we're looking for the pullback up there. So it is also like in a channel kind of shape. Yeah, it is also like in a channel kind of shape. Let's first do it like that. We see what is happening right here. Yeah, it is also like in a kind of a shape according to M5. According to M5, we need it to get there so that we can enter sales. We will wait for that. But until then, let's now head over to Jump 50. Jump 50, we know we need it here to this fair value gap. Grab it, grab the liquidity, do the liquidity sweep right there in the middle there of the fair value gap, and then get into the buys once again. So now we wait, we still wait. Remember, it is only H1 that will be giving us such an entry, so it's coming right here, so we wait for it. Jump 25. The retest has happened. It's coming there. It didn't even bother to first break out, but even then it didn't even go in the half of the fair value gap right there. So yeah, I will wait and see what happens. So if it goes back up, I can easily enter my sales. If it goes back here, I can easily enter my sales. This is Jump 10. Jump 10 is still playing games, but we need buys to take us all the way up there. Even though when we saw a change of character right there on M15, and then it came here to retest, went into sales, but then we've seen another change of character right here on M15. So it's still playing games. The momentum of buys is still low, so let's wait and see what happens. As we speak, the reason why it is doing that, it's like a break of structure on the level where it is, where it has reacted from right there. So if it breaks that level, know that we are going to continue with buys and put us all the way up there. These moves normally happen a lot around 3 p.m. So around 3, when the next H4 candle starts, we may see some big moves coming in from Jump 10. Alright, I think that's it for today. Let me wish you guys a good day. Let me check if we got a question. Not really. Yeah, I wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. Please don't forget to use if you're not using stop losses like I did here, make sure you manage them and look at a breaking even when you're in profits, like I've done there. Just sorry that I used a small lot size, yeah, but you need to break even so that you protect the account. A very fast focus as a trader, you trade protecting the account. You don't put it at a high risk, thinking you will make money and then later on be disappointed. So you start with a focus of trading as you protect the account. Your first focus is protecting your account. Alright, so crash 500, we are seeing a breakout. So this move may be valid like we anticipated to come here and then give us the buy entry once again. So let's wait and see. Remember, according to H4, we are still looking for sales. So if it breaks and continues down, you just want to wait until it gives you an entry. It can decide to break and continue down according to H4 because the cells are on H4 and yeah, up to H4 only. And even M15 is just going to come around here. So for now, let's wait and see what happens with H1. Alright, have a good day guys, happy trading, see you. Those who still want to learn to trade like me and analyze like me, you have an opportunity to join the main mentorship class. The information is on your screen as I speak, or the details. If you want more details, just inbox me on the number that you'll be seeing on your screen, that you've been seeing actually on your screen, and I give you the information that you need. I respond to all your queries. This whole month we did not, for the signals, we did not get, I did not give a lot of signals, and even those that I gave, most of them are like I've been explaining here. These guys have been tracking my stop losses, and some of those who were using my exact stop loss, they've been taken out. So I'll be offering giving those who are currently subscribed to VIP, I'll be giving them an offer for May, to cater for this whole month. I'll be giving them an offer. It will be in a group of VIP. Those who want to join the VIP group for May, a subscription will start on Monday. But still, if you want, you can still do it this week because this is the last week. Next week, by Wednesday, we'll be ending the month. So it is up to you. But for the VIP guys, I'll be in the group to give you my offer. Those who want it, they will take it on. Those who want to cancel the subscription, I will still understand due to some reasons or others. But otherwise, let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you tomorrow, same time, 10:30, and have a lovely day.
you.